we will explore more than ever because the central banks and also regulatory bodies are trying to find ways to regulate this crypto environment and also the volatility behind it. I think digital currencies and asset tokenization we will hear more and more. We are working with a design studio within the bank. So the UX and UI people, they are very excited about Web3 and try to implement some also experiences around it for our customers.
Don't worry, we are friends.
Okay, welcome back to the Avalanche Summit episode 2, so to say. And again, we have this super nice background of Barcelona. And if you look very, very closely, you can also see the Sagrada Familia. But anyway, I'm sitting here with Burcu from Akbank. Akbank, in case you don't know Akbank yet, is one of the largest financial institutions in Turkey and also one of the largest banks in Turkey. So yeah, Burcu, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for inviting and being here.
Yes, it's my pleasure. And so my first question here is pretty obvious because you are like very, very active in Web3, considering that you are a bank. So my question now is, why is Akbank so active in the Web3 community, so to speak? Why are you here at a crypto conference? And yeah, why are you interested in learning more about the proof of stake tech that Avalanche provides?
Actually, Akbank is active in all kinds of, how can we say, emerging technologies and also digital innovation, digital transformation. It takes us from like mobile first and then AI first, API first, and now Web3 domain. So underlying technology is very meaningful and opportunistic, I think, for financial services because we have I don't want to say legacy, but we have Web2, let's say, kind of infrastructure. So it's costly and customer experience in the everyday life when you look at it. They are more like behind this technology stack, and also Web3 make it available like digital and physical life together. So that's why we are also, as Akbank Lab, the innovation center of Akbank, here today to find some use cases for us, also for our customers. We are working several use cases. And also we have a very, very active crypto and blockchain community, Web3 community in Turkey. Luckily we have the young population, so we are here.
Yeah, you just mentioned the lab, the innovation lab. We will also talk about the crypto community shortly, but you mentioned the lab, and this is what I find very, very interesting, because before the interview you mentioned that you were experimenting a little bit on Avalanche's testnet a couple of like months ago. So in regards to refi activities, so could you like explain to us what you have been working on in terms of Avalanche?
Actually, in within the several use cases I mentioned earlier, last year and also in the beginning of this year, we have some strong earthquakes in Turkey, and we in the refi ecosystem. We try to bring social impact community with Web3 community. So it's when you make a donation or send money to anywhere in the world. It's more easier with blockchain, more trusted because you can track it, and also transparent and fast. So it makes life easier. This was one of the main topics we are working on. It creates social impact. So as you mentioned, refi, it's regenerative finance coming from DeFi, let's say. But because making things sustainable enough, I think it won't be enough to survive. We need a new economic model, regenerate around Web3 tech stack. So we are working on several use cases, as you mentioned, but I think I find it more meaningful when it comes with the social impact side. So Avalanche Network is really also Turkish community and developers are very active in Avalanche Network. I can give this example to you.
Yeah, very well said, and I really liked all what you just mentioned. And what I find interesting here is I mean, we can all agree on that 2022 has been a very rough year for the crypto industry, so there were a lot of bad news coming from Web3. So my question now for you is, did your opinion or the opinions of banks or institutions in Turkey generally has changed a little bit about Web3, or are you still saying, okay, this technology is still coming, or are institutions in Turkey a little bit hesitating to explore Web3 even further, and how do you view it also maybe from a global perspective? So maybe you could share your opinion on this as well.
I think we will explore more than ever because the central banks and also regulatory bodies are trying to find ways to regulate this crypto environment and also the volatility behind it. I think digital currencies and asset tokenization we will hear more and more and more scalable, let's say, projects. I think maybe some let's say balloon and some hype around it bubble. We don't see it anymore. But I think the real technology behind it, because Web3 is more than crypto or metaverse or the other hypes, let's say, and also the ChatGPT, AI, and the developments in that area, it will also become together. We see more use cases around it. I think the asset tokenization part, NFT-based loyalty programs and marketing, and as I mentioned earlier, we are working with a design studio within the bank. So the UX and UI people, they are very excited about Web3 and try to implement some also experiences around it for our customers. So I think together with the crypto and digital money, let's say, the digital version of money, there will be more to come.
This sounds exciting, and you mentioned the customers and the experience of the customers in Web3 and the experiences about new emerging products at Akbank. I think one of the reasons why you're doing this is also because you mentioned it. The Turkish community is very, very, very involved in crypto. So could you maybe talk a little bit about why your customers or the Turkish people generally are so into crypto right now? Because if you never have been to Turkey, it's really like this. You arrive in Turkey and everyone is talking about crypto, everyone is using crypto on a daily basis. That's really, really fantastic and surprising. So maybe you could draw a picture here why this is the case.
When I think about the early 90s and the internet, Web 2 emerging times, the Turkish community is also a young and adaptive community. They're pioneer of the new, let's say, new things to explore. It's not a surprise for us. Even it's crypto, even it's open AI sources and everything. So I think pretty much the population and the they're also bold. So we can say that the adaptive community and also volatility is something that we also get used to, let's say, in the market conditions. So I think they're try to experiment new things, having benefiting from it. Yes.
Yeah, very well said. And also on that note, as you guys know, we host Cosmoverse 2023 in Istanbul in Turkey this year, from October 2nd to October 4th. So stay tuned for that. And because a lot of our viewers are like from the Cosmos ecosystem and will travel to Cosmoverse 2023, what can these people expect in Turkey? So maybe you can do some advertisement for the country of Turkey here. Like, what is so cool about Turkey and Istanbul?
Yeah, I can assure you, you will hear real customer needs and focus. When you come to the Istanbul event, I think there are lots of developers working on Web3 and technical skills, and also they know what customer needs and what customer expects. We are also excited to have you guys in Istanbul. That's first time I can say yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we're also very, very excited for Cosmoverse 2023. And with that being said, thanks again, Burcu. Thanks for taking the time, and thank you for sharing your very valuable insights with us.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you.